Saturday, January 24th. It is 7 a.m. and we are headed to Lake Enterprise up in Glade County, meeting our guide Ryan Hahn with Keep Reelin' Guide Service. I'm also going to be meeting up with my buddy Joe, which you saw in the Bait and Knock video, and his girlfriend Carrie. They're going to be coming out, and I think the guide is bringing his cousin. I'm not 100%. But we've never fished this lake before. We're going to give it a shot. Going to try to move around, try to find some panfish and some walleyes. Might pick up a few pike. But yeah, we're going to give it a shot, and we're going to fish here all day. And if the fishing's decent, we're going to camp out overnight. If the fishing's terrible, we might move. We will move to a different lake because we want to get some fish. So the next couple weeks here, that's going to be our mission, is to find some lakes and find some fish. Outside of going to some of the more popular areas that we know the fish are biting, trying to find some extra locations. So yeah, we'll let you know how it is. Follow along. We'll see how the fishing goes. We're going to try some Ifish Pros, a Celsius Auto Setter, and Finicky Cooler this weekend. I picked those up this last week here. We're gonna give them a shot, show you guys how they work, how to use them, and we'll see how well they do for us. Hopefully we won't need to have any special tricks to get fish. Hopefully the fish are just turned on. It's 20 degrees out. I left about 4 o'clock this morning. It's supposed to be a 3-hour drive, and it ended up being almost 4 because the roads were really icy this morning. It seems to be the pattern. So, yep, we'll check in with you in a little bit. Alright guys, we made it to the lake. We got Joe and Carrie on the ATV on the left. We got Ryan from Keeping It Reelin' Guide Service and his cousin. I didn't catch his name yet, but we will eventually. But we're gonna go and try to get on an underwater point where the deep water kind of comes to a real sharp point and then comes up from 22 feet up to about 14, 16 and spread our tip ups out in there. We have like 24, 25 inches of ice. There's a lot of ice, so not too worried about anything unless I go through and I don't suck, then I'll be completely wrong. Looks like we got some guys fishing over here to our left. Definitely tell people who've been fishing here, there's a ton of holes right in here, all through here. Wow. Okay, so this must be a spot. Yeah. We're gonna get up here, find a spot on that little point we got on the Devonics, and we're gonna set up tip-ups up in the shallow, coming all the way down the steep ridge, down to the deep water, and spread out a little bit and just kind of see what we find. So hopefully we'll be able to show you guys a good fishing video here and get you guys to be able to get on some fish as well. Alright guys, we are out here on Enterprise Lake. We got a finicky cooler set up here. Oh, it's really gotten windy. Got this all set up for crappie. Got a minnow on there with a little flasher. Let's see how that works out today. It's supposed to be windy today.
Looks like everything is windy. Never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Remember that one time we went up the Bait and Knock because they said it was going to be 40 degrees above. We got up there, it was negative 40 below. Come on.
He's on it.
There's Carrie Willing.
Looks like a nice one.
Holy shit, grab it.
Yes! Oh, you're lucky he didn't flop at all. He just sat there like a dead. Damn, nice job, guys. We're keeping it down low from these people right over on the side. Nice. Fudge. Nice fish. Alright, you want to move over this way?
Yeah.
Or over this way?
No.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Beep!
Oh, you're recording, sorry.
It's alright. Got him? That's a little one.
Yeah.
Bluegill, bluegill, bluegill.
Perks. Oh,
No crappie.
Real crappie.
Oh, baby. This spot sucks. You can catch them little things. At this point, I'd fry that thing right up.
We got more coming.
Booch. I give that a 7 out of 10. That was a good flipper head right down there. On white, huh?
It's
Doesn't really matter.
It's green on the gray on the outside.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. It's like that spoon I got on that one with the
Oh, look at them.
I know.
Good Lord, you got hundreds of them down there. I'm gonna drill a hole right outside your shack.
All around us.
That's right. Oh, they're not spooky from jigging or even trying to set the hook. They still hang out, so that's a good sign. They're just not that hungry.
Well, you know, the mid-afternoon lull.
Yeah, they don't bite real
You
hard.
can come in, you know.
Yep.
That's why I said it's time to get the fucking tip up so it's ready for evening.
Yep. Yeah, if the crappie hear the walleye be in here. So yeah, they must just kind of like swoop right in here, because those guys didn't catch anything. So they must be like swooping like somewhere right in here. Did they?
Yeah, they were yelling tip down.
Okay. But they must not have been catching it because they left. I would think. I mean, I wouldn't leave if I was catching fish, right?
Old and cold, maybe.
They were older.
Yeah.
Probably not my age.
Younger than you?
Probably older.
Got a little good lunch going. Some burgers, some brats. Carrie's trying to catch a fish on my hole.
I'm helping you out.
They got 10 on the ice already. Ryan's got 5. And I have 0. I did feel one once. Alright guys, got my first crappie from the finicky fooler. Perfect lip hook. I missed 2 others, so that's good. So I'll show you how I've been rigging, how to set up the finicky fooler. I was tail hooking my minnows, but I was missing all the fish. So now I moved it more towards the head, and that seemed to have got a perfect lip hook. These fish are biting real light. Now, what you do is you get your minnow on there. Your depth set. I'm using the hole covers that come with the kit. Next time I rig this up, I'm going to put a bobber stop once I find my depth. Probably a much better idea than the way I'm doing it right now, because the way I'm doing it, I'm just kind of finding bottom and then I'm coming up 2 feet. And it'd be much easier if I put a bobber stop on there, then I would know exactly where to stop it going down. So I'm on bottom, so I've been reeling until it's tight. And then what I've been doing for these crappies, I've been coming up 1, 2 turns. I put it in my rod holder. And you're this is your trigger mechanism. So you want to set your flag like so. And I move my stop. There's a little rubber stop on here to set your tension. And I take my line, come down and wrap it around that, like so. And then I open my bail. It's fully set. So when a fish pulls on this, fish will pull this, that'll lift this, and then the line just freely goes. And when that's lifted, this flag is set loose, and then it pops up and lets you know you got a fish on. Pretty cool. It's a little tricky with the wind. I think I'd have to build some wind brakes behind the rod. Right now I'm using my truck and a middle bucket. But no, I'm very happy with it. A little pricey for what you're really getting. I feel like you could just build these yourself, but it's easy enough just to buy them and set them up. They work. And I am happy with it. So yeah, that's the third one we've got on the finicky fooler. I've gotten no fish on the Icefishing Pro, but I do have, I'm going to change it right now actually. I have wigglers on here rather than a minnow. So I'm going to change that out. And then I'll show you guys how I set this up. That monster grub. Teal in color. I'm going to switch this. I had wigglers on here. I'm going to switch this over to a rosy because they've been doing good on the other ones. So on these, trigger this for you. So here you do need to put you have to put a bobber stop on here, and I also put a bead, and then you also have to string this through your line. This is part of your trigger mechanism, and this is kind of the pain in the butt part about this. So you got to kind of hold this in your hand so you don't lose it down the hole, and you have to bring your line all the way back up. You got to kind of hand feed it through here right now because it's cold. These would definitely be better in nicer weather. Temperature's fine, it's just really windy today. And it's really making everything difficult, as the wind tends to do. So I already set my depth. I'm 2 feet off the bottom. And I set my bobber stop. So these are pretty easy to know where you need to go to. So then you get to your bobber stop. And you come down and you slide this over, like so. Then you drop your flag down. And this just latches underneath this little lever here. And you set that there. Go over here, place your rod in the rod holder. And I do not leave my bail open on this because it's been windy, but I leave enough slack in the line. So when a fish grabs it, it's going to pull this forward. The flag will pop up and let me know I have a strike. Pretty simple. Pretty effective. I do like the finicky fooler. The hole covers, they're a little expensive, but my hole has not froze up even one time, even a little bit. The Icefishing Pro covers the hole, but it's not really, even though it says it's insulated, that hole's been freezing up. Not solid, but it's been freezing up. Whereas this has been perfect. So yeah, nice, probably 12 and a half inch crappie. Somewhere in that range. Let's see if we can jig some up. Here's a little update. We are catching fish. They kind of come through in waves. We got 17 really nice crappies. The smallest one being around 12 inches, maybe even a little more than that. Couple up 14, 15 inch crappies. I mean, really nice slabs. We'll get some pictures of that later. A lot of fish coming through though. Check your bait. I've switched lures and jigs. I don't know how many times now. I just switched over to a Hyper T with a little waxworm on there. They don't really want any minnows. We got a ton of tip-ups out. None of them are getting hit. The finicky fooler with a minnow is getting hits, but that's the only one. Buddy Joe and Carrie, they both each got, I think Joe has 5, Carrie has 6. Ryan Hahn, the guide, he has 5 on the ice. I missed a couple and I got 1 so far. But I've made lunch and set up the shack, and I was kind of doing other stuff. I haven't really been jigging that hard. But yeah, now I'm trying to see if I can catch up to those guys because they're spanking me right now. But yeah, it's been freaking windier and snot. Temperature's really good though. I mean, it's in the high 20s. I think I'm not exactly sure the exact temperature, but it's not cold at all. It's just that wind has just been howling. It's kind of been a little bit calm here in the last 2 minutes or so, but you'll see the shackle start shaking and quaking all over the place. But yeah, so far this seems like a pretty busy lake. There's been a lot of people that have come in and gone since we've been here. We got here this morning around 7:30. I've probably seen 25 groups of guys come and go. I just heard another 4-wheeler pull up. Yeah, they all kind of come to where we're fishing right now, check it out a little bit, and then they leave. So I don't know if there's, you know, some local knowledge that if the fish are there, they're there. If they're not, they're not. Or, I mean, we've been kind of hitting them on and off all day, so we're hoping tonight after dark that, you know, the crappies will really turn on especially once it gets quiet on the lake again. And, you know, those crappies seem to do pretty well later in the evening. But yeah, we'll try to get some action for you guys. I haven't got a lot of action on camera, at least. Guys, switching over. I'm having a lot of fish coming in, checking my bait, nibbling at it, but not really taking it. I had a pink with a little bit of gold on it on the top, and that is not seem to be doing the trick. So I'm going to switch her over to, you know, your standard typical color here and see if that makes a difference. The water is very murky, and they definitely want very little to no presentation. I mean, you even jiggle it a little bit, they kind of just lose interest. My wax worm on there. So hopefully that will entice a bite. I've been dropping it, and as soon as I drop it, I've been getting marks coming and checking it, which is why I'm changing colors, because they are coming to check it. I think they like the jig itself. I've been trying spoons, I've been trying chain jigs, I mean everything, and nothing is getting these guys to bite. So eventually we have to figure out what it is that they want, because they're coming and checking it out. We just got to dial in exactly what is going to get them to bite. I'm actually shocked that the finicky fooler. Oh, stinkers! I got one. Listen, all the fish are murky. Shocked this one has not gone off. It's going off. Let's see if he's even on there. Here in a second. Close our bail. Got him. Nope, lost him. Dang it. Had him on there for a second. The minnow's still good. Oh, that stinks. As I was saying that, with all the fish I've been marking, I was surprised I didn't have a hit on the finicky fooler, because it seemed to be every time I was marking fish on the finicky fooler, I was getting hits on the, I'm sorry, on the Vexler, I was getting hits on the finicky cooler, so I had just checked it a second ago. And I was thinking about it as I was talking, and I just happened to look out, and there it was gone again. Alright. This wind is seriously miserable. I'm also noticing that when the sun pops out, the fish are hitting as well. I noticed it this morning, and then when we had the second volley of fish, and then the last couple times we've been getting fish, it's like when that cloud cover breaks and that sun hits that ice. Seems like that's when we start getting fish moving around. It could be a coincidence because they could just be swimming around this deep basin hole. But yeah. It's always a game of chess with fish. Some days you can come out and just slaughter them. And a lot of the times you're working for it. And once you get it dialed in, usually then it goes pretty good for you. But you just gotta get it dialed in before the trip's over. Yeah, we'll keep you updated. Alright guys, it happened really fast. This guy came out of nowhere and just slammed me. I got another one down there right now I want to get on. So we're gonna get this one on camera here. Comes. Two of them down there. Dang it. They were interested. Oh. A little waxy on there. Seems they want big. I switched to a dark red spoon. Maybe it was just that one fish, but it's the most aggressive hit I've had, and he slammed it hard. I've been changing colors. Pink didn't seem to work very much, but black didn't work, purple didn't work, blue, Wonder Bread, Fire Tiger. Basically nothing worked, and then I put this red on there. My first mark came right in and just bop, ate it. See if we can get another mark here. Seems you gotta dead stick it, and that gets their attention. And then once they start coming, you just barely wiggle it. That worked pretty good. Let's see here. Tape measure out. We got just under 13. 12, say 12 3/4. Not as big as my other one, but still a nice crappie. We throw him out on the ice. Get some more. Let's see. Check the Finicky 4 and the iFish Pro. Nada either. So yeah, we'll see if this is a. We'll see if this was a one-time on this jig, or if maybe this is the color that they're willing to hit. Because up to now, everything else they would come, had that fire tiger on there, and I'd have fish come scream right up to it, hit the brakes, and they would just kind of they'd follow it up. You just start to drop it back down to them, and then they would just kind of off they'd go. Whereas at least this time, you know, he came right up off the bottom, came right up, came right to the lure, and just gobbled it. So I don't know. We'll see if it was a fluke. The fish could be just turning on. I mean, it's getting towards evening. What time is it anyways? It's gonna be pushing 3:45. So it should be turning on here. We'll see if we got the magic color. Yep. So we got Joe and Carrie heading off for a long day. They ended up with 16 crappies. All nice ones. The smallest one probably that you kept was probably like 12 and a half. Yeah, oh, just slab. That thing's got to be close to 15. Just slow but consistent day. We're getting fish, just not slamming it, but not bad for.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Yeah. We'll do it again.
Yeah. You coming down from Battle of Bago?
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay. We're gonna camp out there for Battle on Bago. It's hit and miss, just like anything. You know, there's a lot of people out there,
So we could probably do pretty good out there, babe.
Just fish near me. You'll get plenty of fish. Plus you can win a boat. All right, drive safe. Thanks for coming out. I will. Guys, we got our first flag of the night, actually of the entire day. We're hoping walleye. I got big suckers on there. Come on, you bugger, spin. That's true. Oh. False alarm. There you go. Same tip up trip again. Not sure if it's a minnow trip or if it's just a fish pin. Dinging at it. It's spawning halfway at least. Straight down or off to the side? Damn it. Good morning, guys. So it is Sunday morning. Our update is we caught 0 fish last night. Fished till about midnight-ish, I want to say. Jigging, had tip-ups out, rattle reels. You know, we had our 3 guys worth of lines in the water. Never got a single strike. Seems like the fish in this lake, either last night was not a good bite, although all day it was pretty consistently on. nothing hammering, but it was kind of a consistent bite. You'd think you'd get a couple flags throughout the night. I mean, the walleyes in this lake are supposed to be listed as abundant, but maybe we're in the wrong spot. There's no like real structure on this lake. It's kind of just a big basin. But that's our update for this morning. We got up at 5 a.m. this morning and we've been fishing. I got my finicky fooler in here. It's kind of hard to see. Lighting's not the greatest yet. It's still dark. Jigging a wax worm, and I have my rattle reel over in the black corner there. But hopefully, as first light comes, that the fish turn on. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll keep you posted.